From visionary entrepreneurs and accomplished artists to innovative thinkers and resilient leaders, successful people across all walks of life share one common trait: a commitment to daily habits that foster growth, productivity, and fulfillment. Habits are the building blocks of success. They shape our thoughts, actions, and ultimately, our destinies. Yet for many, the path to success can seem elusive, shrouded in mystery and complexity. How do successful people achieve their goals? What sets them apart from the rest? The answers lie in the daily rituals and routines that successful individuals incorporate into their lives. These habits, though seemingly simple, wield immense power to transform our lives and propel us towards our goals with unwavering determination.
What are the habits of successful people? What is it that successful people do habitually every single day that leads to them being in the top 20% of money earners in our society? Well, Aristotle said that 95% of everything you do is the result of habit. So the rule is form good habits and make them your masters, rather than allowing bad habits to form. In fact, the other rule says this, is that good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. Bad habits are easy to form, but hard to live with. Now, one of the turning points in my life and my studies of psychology was the discovery that all habits are learned and can be unlearned. Actually, you don't actually unlearn a habit. You simply replace a bad habit with a good habit that has more power and impact. And how do you develop a good habit? You develop a habit by repetition. Almost everything you do from the time you get up in the morning is habit. So start to think about yourself as what would be the best habits to have.
We've all heard that if you could win the morning, you could win the day. One of the ways to doing it is to create regular rituals and routines so you don't have to think about what you need to do. And if you could set up routines and habits, especially early in the day, you could benefit from this science and momentum and create positive momentum as opposed to being reactive, like how a lot of people do. They pick up their phone the first thing and they start reacting and driving distraction and reaction, as opposed to proactively spending time with self-care and self-love and having a vision and a direction for your day. So let's get into it. Now, as I jump into this again, this is my ideal day. So sometimes I can't do all of this, but I could do as many as I can. So the first thing I do when I wake up is I recall my dreams. When you're dreaming is that you're actually processing and integrating and working on solutions, your subconscious mind, to the things that you're focusing on during the daytime, but most people forget their dreams. After that, I get out of bed and I make the bed, okay? And now this is something that is obvious that most of you do, but if you don't do it, take 2 minutes and make your bed, because that's a success habit, right? If we're talking about positive momentum, the science momentum, getting things done, checking things off, doing it with excellence, then make your bed. It's worth the 1 or 2 minutes, because again, how you do anything is how you do everything. And have a good check mark on something like making your bed is very powerful, because it teaches you to be able to do something really well and excellence like they do in the military. And the other benefit is when you come back at the end of the day, you come back to success. You come back to your bed already made.
Develop the habit of daily goal setting and goal orientation. What does this mean? This means when you go to sleep at night, think about your goals for the coming day. Make a list for each day of all the goals, the little goals you're going to accomplish that day. Keep a journal and write down your goals on a regular basis. When you're driving through the day, think about your goals. When you're talking to other people, think about your goals. You see, you do become what you think about most of the time. You do achieve what you think about most of the time. So all successful people and all wealthy people think about their goals most of the time. Second of all, be results-oriented. Now, results-oriented people are always thinking of the most important things that they can do right now to achieve their most important results. Successful people make a list of everything they have to do, and before they start working, they set priorities on the list. Here's a great way to become result-oriented. Actually, it's life-changing. Ask yourself, once you have your list for the day, if I could only do one thing on this list before I was called out of town for a month, what one activity would I want to be sure to get completed? And put a circle around that and start on that activity immediately, first thing, and then discipline yourself to work nonstop until you complete that one activity. This simple technique has taken people from rags to riches all over the world for at least 100 years.
we must set our intention for what we want to happen this day. Because if you don't plan for success, then it might not ever come. Don't be afraid to take hold of the reins of your life and steer yourself onto the track that you want to be on. Don't be afraid to make today count. Most of us wake up and hit the snooze button. We open our eyes, pick up our phones, and check social media. We check our emails, wondering what our boss has to say before we even think about ourselves. We rush. We rush to get ready, to shower, and to not be late for work. We try to keep up with everyone else, but keeping up with everyone else is only possible when you are all running the same path. Stop trying to get there first, because you shouldn't be a part of someone else's race. You should be spending your time and energy on paving your own way, no matter how long it might take you. If you want to take control of your life, start by being in control the moment you wake up. Because the greatest crime we can commit is going to bed without a dream and waking up without a purpose.